getting married, how has that changed anything for you?
Absolutely. I love being, just got married in July this last summer, and she's my everything. She's my better half. Being able to go home, get a hug and a kiss, it's the best. But just being able to do life together, she challenges me, and I feel more complete, more whole. And just outside of football, in life, when you find, a spouse, when you feel more filled up, more complete, more whole, you're just more confident, more inspired in life. There's more on the line, and it's not just my selfish desires now. It's also her desires and our team goals as a couple. So I've got to be successful because it directly correlates to her.
Coach Roof mentioned Reggie Pearson being married too. How many married couples are there on this team?
Me, Reggie, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but no, me and Reggie able to relate on a few things, and seeing him around the mall sometimes, him walking around with his wife, and it's really cool to be a part of that club now.
Has it changed your perspective on football at all?
Yes. So whether it's every drill or weight room or whatever it is, in preparation for the games and things, if I cut down on a rep, it has a butterfly effect, right? And it, just like if you have someone watching film 30 minutes extra every day, they're going to progressively stand out, right? In a month, or in 2 months, or in 3 months when it's come game time. Well, same thing. If I'm cutting short, or if I'm putting in extra time, it directly correlates to her, and she's going to feel the repercussions of all of it because we're now one. We're now sharing life together.
How far has PJ come since he got here?
PJ is a freak. He's built like the Avatar, like the blue Avatar. Lankiest dude. He's super strong, super fast, twitchy. He's a great player, very fluent pass rusher. He's a beast. He's awesome.
There's so many close losses last year. Thin line between winning and losing. Does that just kind of really punctuate how thin that line is when you look back at those close losses last year?
Absolutely. It punctuates discipline and mental fortitude and all the little details, everything from hydration to sleep to weight room to watching film. All the details add up in the end. That's why there's 2 teams in the national championship.
You mentioned PJ. How did that kind of compare to a guy like Mason Thomas that came in last year, also a young guy that's able to carve out a role with you guys?
Both very twitchy, lanky, strong, fast, smart, level-headed guys. They're about the right stuff, and that's the 2 best freshmen. Well, Mason's a sophomore now, but that's some of the best guys I've ever seen coming in a recruiting class.
What kind of role did you play this spring and summer, helping kind of PJ along to try to get him up to speed with everybody else?
Trying to be a leader in the room, to get them up to speed on plays, on schemes, on my own game experience, being able to pour into them. And then when times are tough, being vulnerable and telling them how I struggled with things, how they could do better. I learned a lot of things the hard way. I've always been that way, learning it the hard way. And I try to give as much wisdom to the young guys as I can that I'm around, that I'm close to.
Kind of rolling back through those memories, did that help you this offseason, kind of re-roll through not just the hard stuff, but just like the playbook, stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Becoming a leader, you not only have to be able to pour into other people, but you got to be on top of your stuff. So it's helped me grow and be more accountable and disciplined.
Ethan, when we spoke to Coach Roof this morning, he said he wants to see the defense trending in the right direction. What is this coming out of the game? What will success look like to you?
Success is physicality and discipline, being fast, being strong, like always being in the right spot, doing your job. That's a winning defense, is being in the right spot. Doing your 111th is what we call it. So if you do your 111th and everybody does that across the board, we're going to be really successful and we're going to shut people down.
Ethan, I want to ask you about Dylan Gabriel. Offensive side, obviously not just a leader for the offense, the whole team. What have you seen differently from him this year than a year ago?
His skill level has gone up even more. He's on the money. Dime time, like he's literally hitting everything when we're going, team on team or whatever it is. He's hitting on the money every time, and he's faster, he's smarter. Like he's gotten a better player.
And what about the leadership aspect of things and the way that he's taking control of his team?
His character is a lot different from a lot of quarterbacks I've been around. He's a very mellow guy, and it makes the room comfortable. Not laid back in like a chill mode, but laid back like, hey, this guy, he's one of us. Yeah. He's not egotistical. He's not stand out and trying to be the center of attention. He's pouring into all the guys all the time. So he's a great teammate.
How important has it been to have Brent going through this type of year when you've had these type of struggles, to have him leading the charge?
Coach V?
Yeah.
It's teaching us life. This is way bigger than just football. And for us to be a part of this, to see the whole revelation change from life going down the hard road and then being able to pick our straps back up and get going again, head back on into the war and becoming victors. We're not victors yet, but that's the vision. And we have great vision through our struggles. And he's showing us how to do that. So no matter how the season goes or how the rest of the career goes here at OU, I'm more prepared for life through Coach V than I've ever been.
What's surprised you mainly about the way that he's handled the struggles in the last year, especially in the offseason?
Yeah, he's shown us a lot of great qualities of a man. And a lot of times, a lot of players on the team don't have a father figure around. I'm blessed to have a father around that's been able to pour some of those ideals into me and those characteristics. But Coach V is very consistent. Every day he's the same guy, always bringing in the same energy, challenging himself and us to be our best. And he's got a saying like, stamp all your work with best. Let your signature mean something because it's what you put forth, right? So whatever it is, through all trials and tribulations, to put our best foot forward. And you can't ask for a better mentor or a better lesson than that in a coach, So I love it. I dig it all up. I write all the notes, and I'm just trying to soak it all up like a sponge so I can reciprocate that one day to my children, to my siblings, to future family, and even if I'm a coach one day, to be able to reciprocate those lessons I've learned from Coach V and the men that he's brought in.
That's something you want to do?
Yeah, I would love to coach one day. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Have you always wanted to coach, or is that something over the last 18 months you've kind of...
Getting here as a freshman, I thought it'd be cool to do some chiropractic work, physical therapy. So I'm in HES right now, Health and Exercise Science. And after being around all these coaches and seeing how much they've changed the lives of the athletes here, I would love to do that. For college athletes, high school athletes, I would want to. I could find joy in that. Doing summer camps, working with little teenage kids, helping them learn, footwork or mentality or skills, or motivating them. That fills me up. That gives me joy. I can do that for the rest of my life.
So within that coaching, has that helped you coach younger teammates as well?
Absolutely. So guys like Coach Chave, Coach Bates, that they give me little nuggets, and I come to them with questions like, hey, I can't seem to get through with this one player, or hey, I feel like there's this barrier, or even just telling them my successes with one of the players. I'm saying, hey, we're getting along super well, we got great chemistry, and I've been able to really pour into them. They're always giving me nuggets of information, and saying, hey, great job, or hey, maybe try this. And they've got so much experience, and I'm surrounded by good men with good experience, and I'm just, like I said, trying to soak it up like a sponge and reciprocate it.
Obviously, last year is last year, but you guys have something to motivate.
Oh yeah, 100%. We've got a fire, a drive within us to prove what we left out last year. And it doesn't matter how many points we almost won by. Almost winning, isn't it? So we really want to dominate this year. We're treating every game like it's the biggest game, like it's our Super Bowl. So of course we got goals throughout the season and particular competition, but right now it's every week. That's our Super Bowl. That's our focus. Is we've got to win that game.
Outside of competitive depth, we've heard a lot about this offseason. What is going to make this defense better than it was last year?
I think our leadership. In our competitive depth, we have several leaders, and we all listen to each other. We're like, you always hear the term, this is family, or we're like brothers, but as much as we've worked, as hard as we work together, and the way we communicate, the way we talk things out in the locker room, the way we have our team meetings, it's the hardships we went through last year brought us closer together when it felt like the world was teeing off on us, like all the insults, right? And we're able to buy in together and say, man, we can't let this happen again. It's not just for us, it's for the legacy of Oklahoma, it's for all the previous players before us, it's for our coaches, it's for their families, it's way bigger than us. So we've got a lot to prove, and we know what's at stake.
When you hear all those insults and all those things, store that away somewhere? Do you keep a reminder, or is it just...
Yeah, it's not something to to paralyze us, you know, not to chain us down, but it's just like adding wood to the fire. And we just keep adding it on. You know, we're ready to blow it all up.
A lot of times you hear coaches say we just seem to not pay attention to the outside world, right? Just focus on what's going on.
Because it can, you know, it can paralyze you and it can eat you up. It could be on your mind. So if I'm on the field and I miss a tackle, I may think of all the insults I saw on Twitter or something. And, you know, not even buying into that in the first place is going to free me up some more.
We're all curious as much about, I mean, we're always curious about how you guys are going to look this weekend, but everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just as a fan, college football fan. Is there anything left in that for you? I mean, I know you're so focused on the job that you got to do here. I don't know if you get outside the box that often, but.
You mean like with other teams?
Yeah, like do you pay attention to anything else that's going on anywhere else this time?
I bet you everybody else does, but I really don't. Like I hardly watch any college football or NFL football other than the job I've got to do. Yeah, I'm terrible at watching other teams.
You didn't watch Notre Dame SC playing on 0 or whatever.
I'll probably look at the score, but I didn't.
You don't even watch the NFL? No?
No, not hardly.
You have a favorite team?
I don't. I know it's kind of weird, but
You're not
I
an
just
NFL
don't. No. I mean, I love to watch it when it's on, you know, but I just, I think a big part of that is never really had TV. Always had like Netflix and stuff,
okay.
YouTube. So, one, it wasn't really an option growing up, but two, I just never really watched it.
Thanks.
We're looking forward to changing the narrative of this defense.
Absolutely. We want to be more physical, dominant, fast, violent. We want to intimidate people, not just with our voices. Like, screw all the talk. You know, we want to be a physical, violent team out there and be exactly where we're supposed to be. So we feel like we're choking teams out, like they can't move.
Do you feel like you guys are there? You're ready to do that?
I don't think being there is so far away. Like our goal, our vision is so far away. But attacking every day with the mindset in mind to really dominate our opponent is what we've got right now.
And obviously, some of this has happened. You came here, the previous staff and everything, but so much of the emphasis, it seems like, on in-state recruiting lately. I'm not asking you to talk about specifics, but just the importance of being a local kid, able to play for the school that you grew up watching. What does that mean? What does it mean to see that focus sort of been renewed over the last couple of years?
I think Coach B really notices the power of in-state players in recruiting because he knows the passion that in-state players have. I mean, just like I remember being at Weatherford High School when I was in middle school, like 6th or 7th grade. I would see the high schoolers walk around, in their helmets, or I'd be up in the bleachers watching them coming on the field, and it'd just be like, oh, right? I'd be like, I can't wait to be there. And same thing, being in high school, watching all the OU guys or OSU guys on TV, and it's like, wow, I can't wait, if I get that chance. And that's what so many players dream of. And bringing them here to live out their passion and their dream, there's so much depth to their drive. And you don't have to worry about their commitment when you get in-state guys. You don't have to worry about them, being shady or halfway in. Like, we have several walk-ons that are in-state guys that are saying, "Hey, I'm here for the fight. I'm here to give a great look on scout team or whatever it is. I'm here to give my all," because they love it here. They love that their passion is so deep that it drives them, motivates them, like out-of-state players wouldn't.
The way you just kind of described high school football in the state, I don't know if you saw this past Friday the shooting that happened down at a game.
Choctaw?
Yeah. It's just kind of sad to see that happening in the state.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's always a tragedy to see shooting at a school, especially at Choctaw. I had a buddy from Choctaw. He used to play here, and been down there a few times. But of course, I was shocked to see it, and it's always a tragedy. But I don't know much more about it.
Jordan or something?
Yeah, Jordan Hughes. Yeah.
That's what I figured.
He's my guy.
You might have talked about this before I walked in. How different was this offseason with everything that you had going on, getting married and all that stuff?
I had several goals this offseason. Started a foundation. I guess it was a foundation. It's called the Give Mission. and I was aiming to donate to the Food and Resource Center here on campus to impact the university students who are without food and clothes and all that. I was trying to give back to the university. I'm not trying to get a bunch of credit or fame for it. That's not what I did it for. I feel like I've been so blessed by the university that I'm trying to give back in any way I can. And I've been in love with my wife since like freshman year of high school. And the day we got married was just my best day of my life. So now being married and being able to live together is the best. It's really the best.
Yeah. How's it been juggling that with all your football responsibilities and everything?
It's just, she's number one priority, and I got to be my best so she can reap the rewards as well. It's not just my selfish efforts or my selfish desires. She's contributing to everything now. So I've had to grow up some more. I think everybody continues to grow up through the whole life, but I've had to mature a whole lot more and say, hey, I've got to, no matter how I'm feeling, if I'm sick as a dog that day, I've got to go to work because she's relying on me. And soon, I'm not saying I'm pregnant or anything, but one day soon, hopefully in the next several years, I'm gonna have kids, and that's very real. And I didn't know exactly how that felt until I got married, and it's like, whoa, this is it, right? I was never more nervous.
A bit more real.
Yeah, I was never more nervous on a day than the day I proposed and the day I got married. I was shaking, crying, boo-hooing, and it's just really it fills me up. Best day of my life.
Going back to your foundation, what was the impetus behind that? Why that specific mission?
I think it was inspired from my hometown. Back in Weatherford, we used to have a food drive competition with Clinton, which is our rival school, Weatherford and Clinton, in western Oklahoma. So we'd have a food drive and sometimes a clothing drive that we would boast about, which town raised the most, which high school raised the most at our rivalry game. And I figured, I got here, saw the Food and Resource Center, and I was like, why aren't we doing something like that? I saw the football team did a can drive, and for how big the football team is, I didn't think we raised as many cans as we could have. So it was it was just, hey, let's try to do something really big, and then potentially show it off at the spring game so that we can get more fans involved and more people involved, because sororities and fraternities already do that around here. I don't know much about Greek life, not a part of it, but I know that they really contribute to the whole university and its well-being through their fundraisers, and they have a big impact on their competitions, right? Whether it's for bragging rights or a trophy or whatever it is. So I was like, why not get the Greek life and teams to blend together and compete together? They would love to do that. So didn't get as many teams involved because in the springtime, all those teams are busy while football is, it's the off season. But it was a great start, for a first year, trying to do that every single year, as long as I'm here, and potentially after, if the NFL works out or whatever it is, I want to be a part of the university and be able to contribute and give back, even if I'm just a manager organizing everything,